Okay, people. All right. Today we have something to discuss about what is happening. And I have to be straightforward, with you people. You know what is happening. As I became the best inventor in the world, the best for the military. And anytime they heard something about military, they already so jealous because they know here are trillions of dollars each year an alliance. So because they owe me all this money, they don't want to even heard it, or they get even mad if they heard that you are the best. But I was the only one who was the best. No one else could qualify. That's what happened. And I'm the best for 9 years and something. Even before I was as younger, but now I'm, and they owe me so much money. Now, CIBC was sexually assaulting us and intimidating, raping us for approximately 18 years, altogether, right? They really did for a long time. Just then they stopped doing that pretty much but around now, right? Around yet, but not really. But they start doing these other scams more. Here, you see. So what happened is now what they stole already was $1,600 CIBC and the fees, and and now for $33. And because it's for $33, what I could buy 1,000 rounds for a gun, 9 millimeters, it would last me for 10 years. What they did, they put in my account in such a problem because I never go in minus. Maybe I go to $3 and I pay. But I don't go in minus that I would go in minus because of me. I would never go in minus. Is everything because of them. So they steal the money, and that's how they get rich. The banks and bankers, these are scammers, people who were prisoners before. You can see that they are not normal. What they do in the way they say things. Now, a person, when, for example, for $33, they stole it now the last time, and together because it went into minus as well, that means it's for $33 plus $222 plus the fees, which a few the fees I got back, but I closed an account for a reason. I will tell you why. And 1,600 before, when they saw a person on camera, everything what he was doing, and still not, because they are doing that. They CBC with the government, they steal the money. They're criminal. They're like in New York, Gambino, they steal the money. This one with extortion and racketeering, and with these scams they do, and no one can do nothing to them except that one who got life imprisonment for $1 trillion something. And that is that. That's what is happening. That's what they do. They're not the nice people. They're very bad people. But you have to get to know them. Like this, you're gonna probably think that I'm a bad person. But when you get experience with them, when you're gonna see who they really are, then you will see they're big talk and they don't know anything about finances or what they do. They still like this. They set up somebody, and they pretend they called you, but they never called you. And I didn't want to argue anymore with them. I just said I can be unhealthy being around them, and they're so miserable people that I really don't want to be around. And that was the reason that I closed an account today. And I didn't want investigation to go. I want the investigation to go, but I didn't want to wait too long because they're making my life terrible because of them, because they're so disgusting. Being around them is not good. They're so miserable people. And what I did, I closed it because of that I don't want to be around them. I don't want to talk to them. They're disgusting. They're people who just steal, lie. Always they lie something. Always they pretend as they're helping you, but they're not. They're always damaging your life. As one on YouTube say, they try to make your life miserable. That's all what they do. What is true? They said their own people, Serbs actually. Now I don't know whether that type of is a Serb on one Queen Street in Toronto, in CIBC. I don't know whether it's Serb, because lots of people pretend being Serb, but they're something else, so they hate everybody, and then they create a problem. But I want to say the reason I closed it was because they are such a miserable people. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to even talk to them how disgusting they are. Because the inside they're disgusting. Outside they might look okay, but inside they're so disgusting people. And this is the reason why I closed it. Now they said if you close it, then they're not gonna. But that's not right. Like, even if you close it, it should be an investigation that people get arrested. So now I'm gonna be waiting for them because 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to be all miserable because of them. No, I don't want to be around them. If you didn't find now after 2 months and something, so when are you going to find out? That means you are a criminal. By you know exactly who committed a scam. You can find it very easy, but you don't want to. So they don't want to. So if they don't want to, what I'm gonna be going around and looking, who could be who could have done that? They know there is exactly where it went the money. I mean, that's very easy to find. The same as that one, $1,600. He was on camera, and he still they didn't do anything about it. So together now, even the government 2,500 last time they lie about the taxes, and together is 4,900 and something, almost $5,000. That's not small money. I mean, these people just take, they never give anything. But the greatest inventor is here. They didn't raise nothing for me, nothing. How they are not shameful, ashamed of themselves, how disgusting they are. That I don't want to even look at them, how disgusting they are, because they are that type of people. Like if you don't want to raise a foundation for the greatest inventor, who they owe me the money in this country and around, that means you're a bad person. So why would I even talk to you? And that is the reason. So, but they also commit a scam with organized crime. Like Ambino, they were doing that in New York. That's exactly what they do here in the bank. They're criminals. And this is why I don't want to be around them. This is why I wanted to close my account. I don't want unhealthy people around me, bad people, because they're bad inside. And and now when you close it, like they tried and tried to be as long as they can to be with me, but I don't want to be around them. They're so disgusting to me because inside they're so bad. They don't have a good heart for anybody. They just care about themselves. They come here, they steal, they spy, they pretend being something. Always they lie something. And I'm not. I don't have against them. Like they can lie if they want. I have no problem with that. But when they commit a scam, you should go to jail. And now these banks, I know in our past, if we did there, they would close all the branches, and that's what they deserve. But here, these people are many involved in it. As you see, police doesn't do anything about it. So obviously, uh, there are many people involved in it. So uh, in normal country, they would close all their branches. In normal country, just here, no. So what I want to say, for my defense to be ready that these CIBC banks are criminals, serious fraudsters. They commit scams. Even after when a scam was committed, all the time they were sending links all the time to rob you, all the time. They are doing that. And there are women with the same hair and so on, if you understand. They are doing that. And setting up people, but actually they are doing personally as well. They have, if you don't want marriages with their, and then they create, and the same are stars. There are a few stars who are stealing the money this way with rip off, asking for the money. You wouldn't believe how they ask for the money. They're very terrible people, and I don't want to be around unhealthy people. That was the reason that I closed it, because they are such a miserable people, man. And when you close an account, that investigation wouldn't go around. Investigation would go anyways. If you commit a murder today, after 20 years, you can get in jail as well if they find the proof, right? And the same is with the scam. But the way they are saying things is because they did that and then they try to hold you there with them. But for me to get independence, to get released from devil, CIBC, how many bad things they were doing to us, and privacy spreading in front of people. They were talking all kind of type of things about my finances, this, that, all type of things. They are such a bad people. And this is why I'm saying I wanted just practically to get independence, to get away from them. They are so disgusting to me. I don't want to be around them and talk to them. I don't want friendship with them. I don't want anything around them. This is exactly why, because I don't want, because I have my health club, health hospital, and the biggest health miracles come through me, through the spirit and all that, what I received, and the best military training, the best for the health, purely naturally. And this is why I don't want to be miserable because of them. And they only bring bad and misery. They're bad people. They have salaries, but they're bad people. They never appreciate anything. They don't appreciate the greatest inventors as myself. That means, who do you appreciate? They ask questions, something about questions, then you tell them, okay, I know people do that as well because they're envy to my military. We are the best for the military training. They just lie. And I was the only one who made it. They all failed. But he asks, and when you tell him, and then he doesn't want to hurt it. Yeah, but why do you ask something? And I don't want to even tell you, but you are asking questions that way that people tell you. They're such a disgusting. They just want to know other people's business, all this blah 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 gossiping. They are very bad people, my friend. I tell you, if you are really a Christian, stay away from those people. Those people never pray, never be around them. Those are very bad people. You just don't know them. Because any person who commits a scam should be arrested. Because otherwise, people are gonna be keep going around stealing all over. If that would be like this, like them, then everybody would be stealing. How comes in Balkans, if somebody does something right away, they get arrested? How comes not here? And these are exactly people from Balkans and those organized crimes working together, and this is why no one gets arrested. And do you think that immigrants as those are nice to come to this country? Of course not. Of course they should be deported. Of course, people as those, we should unwelcome them and not allow them to come to this country. And that is exactly why this is happening. Like blah 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 blah. Hey, I don't want to even talk to you, my friend. I have wounds and all. I was even tortured before, all type of thing. I have no time for nonsense. What you do, I have to do all my things myself. I'm a champion. I'm a Guinness record champion. I had the best car clad, the best military training, which is 1.7 trillion plus something, plus 5 or 7 billion a year, plus 150 trillion first time, and so on and so on, and the greatest inventor, and so on. You know how much is that worth? Why would I waste my time with nobody such them? So this is why I don't want to be around them, because they disappreciate you. If they would be at least fair, raising foundation as everybody else, then I would say, okay, these people do appreciate, these people do understand, these people have a righteous heart, righteousness of the Lord, and so on. But when I see these people are just robbers, then I don't want to be around them. They are misery. They just look how to steal something, and they want to be stars and something around you, but we don't want to even talk to them how disgusting they are. Now, instead to say, okay, let's do our best. I closed an account because of that. Not because of waiting who's going to be guilty. Of course, I'm not guilty. Of course, they are guilty. Fueling a gas into your car if I don't drive a car. I mean, are you crazy? Who's going to be stealing that? Myself? Stealing from myself. I mean, think about it. So he's a devil. That Serb who might be not Serb. Maybe he pretends being Serb because lots of them, they lie. They just want to bring problems between the Balkans. But yeah, Serbs are usually bad people. That is true, but not necessarily is Serb. Maybe he's lying, but because they all lie all the time. So I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe not, but maybe it's even something else instead of Serbs, and why he did that, and why those from organized crime did that. I mean, they do that all the time. So now, even I close an account, investigation should still go after the criminals, of course, but they don't want to go not even before it's closed. And they want to waste my time that my life becomes miserable because of them. They live in misery. So I rather rescued practically all the money. I mean, I just let it go all the money until someone comes up and that we arrest those people who did it. But of course, CFC Bank should also be arrested and pay $3 billion plus for what they did to me. You have no idea what they were doing to me. That is, the $3 billion is nothing if they would pay justice what they were doing to me. Like, I cannot explain you that. Unless you go through that, you will never understand it. So this is why I don't want to have a miserable life because of them. Of course, I want my money back, but the problem is they are criminals. When they saw that I want to close an account because of their misery, of course, this is why I want to close an account. And I close it because of that, because they're unhealthy people, they're bad people. It's all about crime there, and I don't want to be around criminals. It makes it's the same when you are in a corrupt company, then you become as them. And I don't want to be as them. I'm with Jesus Christ, the Lord, not with nobody or with somebody who thinks he's something, but actually lazy, sitting all the time and blah, 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 talking nonsense instead of to do the work, Imagine now people gonna be stealing because they are stealing that. CIBC employees, they are stealing that. This is the problem. And they are stealing with them. All the signs that they were doing, these fraudsters, is actually exactly what they do. And this is why I decided not to be around them and I decided to close it. But of course, that's what they were doing to me is $3 billion justice at least. But you have no idea what they were doing to me. If you would know what they were doing to me, you would, I don't know. Like I always wanted to close even before, just I didn't know because they didn't allow me to close an account. They didn't allow me. They created a scam again, just that I don't leave them, and they were giving me other free cards. That I don't pay fees just to be with them. But I don't want to be with them because they are robbers, and I didn't know how to actually like close on time because they didn't let me. I didn't want to be with them a long time ago already. I wanted to close it because I saw what they were doing. They came here to this country to destroy. Envy, they have envy. That's all what it is. They are hateful people. And they are people of marriages. Those arranged forced marriages. That's what they do. I mean, I received lots of email for the marriages. I rejected all. I rejected stars, people who are stars. I rejected because we are not equally yoked and because they are not from my own people, right? There are people who pretend being something there, but they are not there. They are newcomers which pretend being something there. But I'm just being myself. That's who I am. I am. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, you don't. But I'm not gonna pretend to love you. If I see you do wrong deeds, I'm not gonna love you. But I will bless you. I will bless you for your bad things, what you did. Which blessing not always means good. It means also bad. When you do bad things, bless those who curse you and falsely persecute you. That's exactly what I did. I blessed them, but when I had to give a hand, I put a glove there that sin, that dirtiness doesn't come onto me because he has dirtiness of a crime and extortion. And that's what they do, those people who are criminals, especially on the streets with those organized crimes, and then they extortion people all the time. They try to become rich out of somebody else, and they lie. But I who really said the truth about foundation and what I created, the best, everything, they just persecuted the people. And even these people, instead to give you a hand, they would just steal, steal, steal. And this is what I'm saying. CIBC banks, if they would be in those places, I'm sure they would close all of the branches very fast. And that's what they deserve. But the problem is, here are not only CIBC people who are involved in it, they are government people, maybe not all, but a big amount of them who are involved with him. They have the same laptops, they have the same that, they have the same people who pretend being the same laptop or you have, if you understand, because they do crimes, they always pretend to be something else. And what is the worst is, look, maybe Apple is doing that because I bought a phone. They were jealous to my phone. I bought a phone. Honestly, I had to be giving back money, and that wasn't so easy as you think. But I needed a phone that time. And I did a mistake because I didn't know that the right people are not going to be at that moment. And I bought a phone that is worthless. In real life, it's worthless. It was too expensive. And I had to keep giving money back. And then, plus these people, and maybe it looks envy for a phone, because I have a phone, and maybe they were looks that they are envy for my phone because I have a phone. Hey, and that's exactly what one of the guys in Germany told me. You are so young, you have a phone. But that phone, what I had as a young kid, was the most expensive ever phone in the world. Came out was the best ever, the smallest and the best phone ever in the world. And people always like, hey, but you have a phone. If one of those said to me that, who are known to me, then what do you think these CIBC criminals then think about me? Then they would even want to kill me if I have a phone, if you understand. So they were jealous to me for a phone. I mean, yes, it was the most expensive phone when I was young, That is true. I also had motorcycles that no one had around in that area where I live. You know, the most expensive international motorcycle. That is true. But I want to tell you, if you envy someone for a phone, then I don't know. Then of course they want to kill you, as they tried to kill me for 18 years, even on the roads with cars, with all type of things. So that means for a phone, if you are jealous to me for a phone, and you are a hater for my phone, which I honestly bought, then what could they think about helping anybody? Even they raised the foundation $521.5 million approximately at that bank in CIBC somewhere. And they raised those funds. And then I asked myself, oh, now I know how you raise those funds. Exactly what I knew before. Because honest people, they're not going to give you the money for your life. Maybe once, maybe twice, because biblically twice happened to me, a scam in this bank. And third time, one time happened, but they refunded. And I was even lucky, probably that they refunded, because actually it was lucky because it was set up account that way that they didn't have a choice than to refund me or reimburse. How they call it. And to tell you the truth, today I saw a devil. I look at him. A devil lies all the time, and he always pretends as trying to help you, but he always steals and always pretends, trying to convince you, like even before, to stay. When a card was done, why do you think why I accepted a new card? Because of other reasons, not because I wanted to be with them. I wanted to close right away. The way he talks is not good for the job. The way he talks is like he talks very. I tell you straightforward. I have my mic aside. I'm the greatest inventor in the world, the world, the best inventor, all this, and in military, all that, the training where no one could do those things. They owe me together around 176 trillion US dollars here. But they're supposed to pay me 19.253 quadrillions if they would pay me the way they pay Apple, Microsoft, and those people, right? But because they don't pay righteously, only what they owe me, what is stolen, is 176 trillion US dollars. And biblical should be also 10% of the lands around, or at least what King has. Minimum, I said 10.4 million square kilometers, a country. The reason why only the greatest emperor through Christ, what is the biggest rank, higher rank, is who accomplished so much through the Christ and sufferings and through the Spirit that came down from heaven, the bread, right? And this is why I became so successful, because I worked so hard and God appreciated me, but them, they never appreciated me. They just brought problems that came from other countries to destroy everything. Now, instead, they raise the funds, but if they don't raise the funds, at least be a little bit type of like positive. Don't be always just to destroy everything. But no, they came to destroy. Now I can see what was happening maybe to Nikola Tesla, part of it, how bad people these people are. And for example, I say straightforward, I have my Mica from Montenegro. I know that Montenegrins don't care. Uh, they would just love to have you, but you know what I want to say. But they didn't raise anything, and these other people didn't help from Europe and so on. So, I totally understand who appreciates and not being proud or not. But my Mica is Montenegrin. And of course, Mica means that I have to love that culture. But if you don't love your own culture, which means even those others are my own cultures, but many I have to represent that one, because if people would raise the way it's supposed to be and all that, there are other decisions as well. But they're all egoistic. So now this one, if I don't love my Micah's people, what's supposed to be my people as well? Who could I love then? That means I have to bless those who falsely accuse me and persecute me. And I have to bless them, and you have to show them more type of love towards them. But you have to say what happened and what they did. And of course, they would deserve to close all the branches. That's normally. But here are the people like that. They all love to steal. So what can we do? But I want to tell you who they are. They are bad people, man. Like he hates his neighbor. For example, if he would be really Serb, he hates Montenegro. So he's a bad person. Like me, I don't hate any Serbia or something, but I know that Serbs done lots of bad things to us for so many years. Like I could be billionaire already when I was $11.2 billion I could have when I was younger, champion as a kid and leader in a sport. But today, only leader in basketball is from $100 billion and up. It's actually 200 billion. My association, what they're supposed to pay, and they never pay anything. They were just stealing my knowledge all the time. That's how bad people are here. These are the immigrants who came. Unfortunately, it's true. Immigrants are the bad people. These other people, they don't love even their own people. You know why? Because as you can see, the tents, how much they love them. You know. But what I want to say, e- except those addicts and criminals, that's a different story. But I'm saying about those who are not bad. Bad in a sense of you know, with bad deeds all the time. But of course, only God is good. This is why I am like that. I said you can't have good fruit and bad fruit. So I don't want to be with the bad fruit, and that's all what I try to say. And because of misery and with the bad people, evil people, people of sins, I don't want to be around them. This is the reason why I close my account because they bring very terrible atmosphere. They are so bad people that I don't want to be around them. This is exactly why, because happiness and health and all, you have to stay away from those people. But that doesn't mean that you cannot, you should go after yours, what is yours, of course. And I'm not going to, of course, not stop. I want what is mine, you know. I'm going to keep going until, I want my money. Of course, they said, oh, they'll close an account because I had to close it. I don't want to be miserable as them. This is why. And plus, one of my people said that I have to close it. And I wanted to close it a long time ago, but they didn't let me. They're devils. It's like independence is the same as any country when was Montenegro and Serbia, if you understand. They are very bad people. And I decided to tell you the truth that CIBC bank is not good for you. If you go to any other bank, try to do in person, only banking in person without these other things, unless you want to spend lots of money for the lawyers, because it's very hard. Now I understand why one guy was shot as a politician. I totally understand. He really deserved it. Now I can see. But that time I was thinking that he's innocent, and I was feeling bad about him. But actually now I totally understand what happened and why it happened, and they deserved it. I mean, that one deserved it. Now I don't want to gossip about it, but it's true. I mean, until you go through these things, you don't understand how bad those people are. And it's hard to explain. I gave a hand. I even helped somebody here. He didn't have, where to go up and down, and he was already in advance. He knew about how many thousands of dollars this guy's gonna rip you off because looks that they are. Maybe they're not all together with it, but maybe they're using words just looks to be against him, or maybe they are together actually when they steal the money this way. But it's not right. I just want to tell you, stay away from CABC. Ask them where they were. If they tell you CABC, believe me, stay away from evil. My advice to you is stay away from evil, but that doesn't mean that elsewhere is going to be much better. You have to have in person, but if you want to spend lots of money for the lawyer, then maybe you can do it this way. But here, even police doesn't do anything. Looks that it's a corrupt police because even they don't trust them people who work at the banks. What about other? I don't know. Police should be of the Lord to be good police. So my advice is this way: to how can in this world somebody just steal and never goes to jail for something they're guilty, and that's exactly who they are. They're guilty and they never go to jail because I didn't do that. And they know I didn't do that. It's logical. They don't know. They know that I didn't do. So that means It's logical. They know I didn't do that, and even people who always talking or following me, they know that I don't even drive that car or drive those cars. Or personally, I tell you the truth. I have never been in that store where they have a gas there or something. I have never been at that store. I have been long time ago when I was younger. From Old Testament, younger means maybe 20 years ago. I went through one to one of the gas station, and one lady sent me there. Probably she felt uncomfortable, the same as they do to me now. She sent me there, and she gave me a PIN number, and I took that card because she asked me for a favor from one Ontario, and I went there. One pack of cigarettes and a coffee or something. What she took, I don't know. She asked me for something similar. I don't know that way, and I went there to buy that thing in one gas station, which was not that name, was totally different by the cars there nearby, right? And uh, and that's all what it was. But I find that it was it was about trust. She trusted me. It was not about that she's ripping off somebody. The way I understood it, the way I heard it on radio, because they all know each other. They say what it was. They trust their son up and down, and you understand. But this is the reason why there was one Mexican father he was a father of a son. He kicked his son out of a house. That is why, you see, this type of things. If you understand what I'm talking about, you have to be careful. I mean, if you have your kids or somebody like this who wants to scam or something or steal or who knows what, right? I mean, I don't know what it was the reason, but probably this type of thing. You have to be careful. This type of people. You cannot have even some like this. You have to kick him right away if it's like that. And now I understand why is that. But my advice is this way to stay away from devil. And I would really want to say to know whether he's really Serb, because with Serbs we don't want ever friendship again. We don't want ever being around them. We don't. This what they did like is because I know they did it. Another bank when they were spreading rumor, all kind of things. They were privacy, all type of things. They were gossiping. All bankers. There were Serbs there too, and they were sexual assaulting us as well, and something on as well on the food something. I don't know. There's something wrong with them. Now I don't see them working there. Maybe they got laid off or fired. I don't know, but this one is the same Serb. Another one which maybe is not Serb, maybe but is around maybe Balkans. Maybe he's even pretending. Maybe he's not. None of them. He knows. Maybe he knows just the language, but he never spoke Serbian language. So I'm not sure whether he's even Serb. But he looks type of from those Balkanic people. To be honest, he looks us, but it doesn't matter who he is. On the end, I'm not judging people according to what they are. I'm just saying they're all criminals. And I didn't even want to give a hand to them. To me, it's so disgusting giving hands to them. And uh, because my garment is worthy. Now, if I give a hand to people like them, like people who just want to use your garment, if you understand, they are not for God. Those people are for the devil. They don't belong to God. And that is why I don't want to be miserable with them. I want to be away from evil. And this is exactly why I closed my account, to stay away from evil, a corrupt company, a corrupt bank, organized crime, extortioners, and people who know exactly who did what, and they don't want to arrest because they are doing that. That's the point. And they are sending those links as well to the people. They want to rip off the people and marriages, all type of things, information up and down. If you understand who is doing it, it's up to you. It really cost me a lot. Even stars, they were jealous to me, and they were talking. I didn't want something about dating and marriages with them, and then they were very bad by the speaking towards me. And they are doing exactly these things as these people, just in different way, if you understand. But one day you will see that I'm saying the truth. This is what I'm saying. Stay away from idols. Stay away from devils. stay away from this. It became, they're jealous to me that because I know finances and they're just big talk. Because if they're not big talk, why are they taking our money? If they're not big talk, that's what I'm telling you. The same Nick Lee is a liar from WG, lies all the time. All this creka is to rip you off. That's what they do. They just lie, pretend being something, but they are actually very bad people. And this is how is my. If you think they are nice people, good luck. I mean, with them. But don't come tomorrow to tell me, oh, now I can see that you are real financial and that those people are not. This is why they did that, because you're better than them. And this is why I was tortured too, if you understand. Because I honestly live life. Other people that were, doing all this type of crimes, all type of crimes, and I had to pay the price for people who are guilty. And I never go there to say what directly, how to say. I don't go there to testify for them in court because I don't want that. If it would be my bank or something, because it's not like saying for my neighbors, if it would be bank and I owe a bank, you know what, if somebody commits a crime, I'm going to arrest you, That's a business, then you don't come to my bank to, steal. But to them, they all steal. And that is that envy, is more envy because they are successful and they are not, they're miserable and they always steal. And I wanted long time ago to go away from them, but just I didn't know how I'm going to get away because I knew what's going to happen. And that's exactly what happened, what I knew in advance, how they're going to be doing. That means you should never be part of this bank because tomorrow it's going to cost you lots of money for, you cannot leave them. This is like organized crime. It's like a type of cartel that you cannot leave, like organized mafia criminal gang that you cannot leave them. These are devil people. So if you cannot leave when you see that they do bad things, then I don't know, what should you do? This is what I'm saying, people. It's up to you to understand what it is. And this is why I don't talk to the people. They create problems between others that everybody hate each other. And then that people who are honest don't want to talk to the people because of these reasons, right? And because they're just material to take something, but they never give. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So hopefully you got the message. You should understand that the greatest inventor is here. Those what they say that they're great inventors, I tested them already. It's not true. Those people just keep grabbing, stealing, taking, and always through crimes they make something, And they still taking our money and they talk how they're rich. And this is what I noticed. I noticed through schools. It's all a lie, all just rip off, all pretending something being, but they are not. That's how I went through. So it's up to you. It's up to you. But my perspective is to warn you, to save you, that you understand those people are not nice people. Because if no one goes to jail for a crime they know exactly who committed, then what is going to happen? What, people going to keep coming to steal? But where did you see? Nowhere in the world is there, just here. How comes? Because it's against interests of our people. That's what it is. Against interests of our people, and because we are not as dumb, if you understand. We will never be bad people as them. Because there is a good tree and bad tree. So you choose. If you want to be with a good tree, then you cannot, be as them. And this is why I decided this way. Because the way they pretend as, it's not that. They say that because they are guilty themselves. They are criminals. And this is why I decided to close it, not to be around them. Even I know, anyways, they wouldn't be looking to arrest anybody because they don't care. They just want to destroy what is ours. That's all what it is. And this is why I'm saying that you should not be in CIBC Bank if you are our descendants, because what's going to happen? It could be possibility that it can happen to you as well. And if it happens, it's going to be too late. Then you're gonna say, oh, maybe 5,000, maybe 3,000, maybe 5,000, maybe 100,000, maybe how much, And then I will ask, what about now? Did I warn you before? Be careful of them. Did I warn you? Go God's way, the way I was doing before God's way. They forced me to open it account in different ways. This to happen. Did I warn you before? Did I tell you? Only God's way is the right way. This is why. When I told you, stop listening empty talk. People who love to talk a lot, blah, 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 all the time, empty talk. Those are not hardworking people. Those are big talkers. Biblical is written empty talk. But people who really work hard and accomplish are people who make things, accomplish things. And yesterday I had a training because of these people. I fall down with military training. But yesterday I was able to recover it to make only 10 less. As a wall 10 less, so that's totally good. That's not a problem. 10 less with a long training. But that one which is long, but only on maximum, that one usually I can come pretty closer now. But the biggest records don't come the same, little bit less, because of all that persecution. And these people, when you tell them something like this, because they are lazy people and because they envy, they're jealous, they're hateful, they ask you something, and when you tell them, then yeah. So don't ask them things. Don't ask questions that way. The people tell you what it is. Because as I said, I don't want to even talk with bad people as them. But if you ask, then I tell you things. Then I have to tell you what's going on that you understand why, could be. But these people just gossip about other people's private life. That's all what they do. They just blah, blah, blah. Like this time they go on the show, blah, 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 stupidity. I mean, people are paying that stupidity. It's the same. One guy, when he said, what is worthy to you? A great doctor who cures, who brings miracles, who heals, who takes people out from death. Even myself, I was healing people before I came out from death. I came back up. I lifted myself through the Spirit. I became the best ever than anybody in the world, but I was on the cross all the worst. And think about it. Is it better at a real doctor who does good to the people, good this, everything, or people as them who are like music? What I'm not saying, like I don't disrespect people for music. It's nice to hear nice music, but music is worthless, people. Music is not something that does good things. The way one said, and that time I didn't understand when he said, great doctor, what he does. And that is me, great doctor. From God, through the Spirit, what I do. And through the Spirit, I accomplish the biggest results, hard deeds, impossible things happen. But when I was paralyzed, I made better records than now. Because something wrong is now happening. But I'm so much better than everybody. That means great doctor can create good things through God, through the Spirit, and heal all type of things. But maybe a sport guy, somebody plays soccer, and that's exactly what he said. That guy on a show, he spoke with Christian Kolubovich, something, I don't know. Most of the time, maybe you get upset on them because they try to do racketeering, all kind of thing, but they have sometimes good things when they have, even myself, I didn't understand at that time. That good doctors, he does good things, but those people are just idols, and they do nothing good for the world and for heaven, nothing, just self-centered, And now I can see how a great doctor creates good things. What good things and deeds can a doctor do? Real doctor, pure natural doctor, and that is a problem. And that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling you. Stay away from evil. Don't believe in evil. Don't believe in CIBC. But it's not only CIBC. Don't think that it's just CIBC. No, the people as them are everywhere. They work even for the government. They work even for in the nice places. They have bad people everywhere. But in places as them and government and banking, it should not be people as those. Because then you ask yourself, how comes this could happen? Well, of course, when you have people as those should never get those jobs. Now, it is what it is. I'm going to keep asking more for my money back. Of course, they don't want to pay because they stole it. But I had to close an account because I don't want to be miserable and around bad people. That's all what it is about. I wanted to close it long time ago. And I know people are happy, especially idols, the movie stars which are idols. They are happy what happened, you know. Those are people who are not successful, and then marriage up. You know what I'm trying to say. They think if you don't marry, then your life is gonna be damaged, or get rich or die trying. You know, look, I died, and I died through the cross, and I rose again, and I made the biggest ever results, and that's worth it to pay and foundation. That's what idols do is worthless. The way I experienced, because I also made one song. I didn't have instrumentals though, so I did one song just as a joke. So that's very easy to do, you know, that's terrible, that's worthless. But if you have right instruments and changing the voice, all that, you can make it perfect. But I don't want to be a singer, that's worthless from my side. But I want to tell you as well, stay away from idols as well. That means they cannot bring any good into your life. They can bring just this, a scam, a that, this, or people using their faces, the committing, you know, people. If you are with the Christ, be wholly with the Christ. Be with the Christ. Don't pretend you believe, but then you steal. And that's exactly what these people do. So be wholly with the Christ, honest, and it's going to be tribulation. It's going to be extortion. It's going to be racketeering. All type of things are going to be happening to you just because you are honestly better than others. That's unfortunately the way it's going to be. And the world of this world, the people of this world, they're not going to like you, you know, because they do usually crimes. Because, like, get rich or die trying. You know what I mean? That means you pretend being something, you know, but you are not. But you get rich because you steal, you know, from the people. All right? And that's what that means. But I don't want to steal. I made the I didn't want to steal, but I made the biggest success ever. Military, what they owe me $150 trillion first time, 1.7 trillion a year, and 5 or 7 billion US dollars exports. You see, that's what they owe me. For 9 years plus almost 10 years, I'm the best in the world. Before I was in Marine, but better than others. But now I'm the best. For this one, they owe me for the inventions and $500 billion, also for the Microsoft Apple and two photos that are worth a lot, and together with inventions and all that, they're supposed to pay me what they owe me only 176 trillion US dollars. What they owe me, but they're supposed to be 19.253 quadrillion. They're supposed to pay me, and they pay none of it. I'm just trying to tell you what they owe me only, not what they're supposed to pay. So think about it. How nice people. So I accomplished the biggest result. I'm not an idol. I'm the biggest superstar in the world. Just I'm very simple person. I'm not one of the pretending in nice suit. Yes, I have a suit. I never wear it. I don't wear these pants. I don't feel comfortable with it. I want to be in a healthy manner. I love to wear just in a t-shirt and short pants because I feel the most healthy. I'm always in a health, you know, health and military. So I cannot. Whereas those people, lazy people, just talk and just blah blah blah, and they don't have any accomplishment. This is why they are those. But for them, it's good if they steal from you a couple thousands of dollars in a bank because they're material for short grab, and they are not successful after. And they ask why they are not successful. Because if you're too hungry for small things, especially if you steal, you're never going to be successful that way. That I can tell you. The only success brings God. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But then you will see whether people really want you to be successful. Later you will see when you get to know them. So I let myself to be led by God. And I became the most successful, but I don't have a good part from the people usually because these are against our culture and they always steal. And they always lie. They always try to take something ours. They are very disgusting to me what they do. But I'm honestly, if you want to be follower of Christ, make sure that you keep in mind, stay away from evil, stay away from corrupt companies, stay away from these robbers, Don't think they are your friends if they are hugging you, because you have no idea what is behind their heart, what is actually in their heart. So they don't care about you. For example, I need, seriously, 18 years I was already persecuted, and plus with this, because I'm successful and they want always to steal ours, and so on and so on. Jealous people, right? And that organized crime, and even from the police side, I was that one was murder they committed and so on. And also by lots of, how to say, those people from the Balkans, and even here itself, Canadians don't love anybody else. People who live here, they don't love anybody there. Because they get immigrants who come in to steal. Even in America, also people persecuted us. There's other people who I'm better than them, and then they do things, right? But I really need a firearm. I need a handgun for the protection of life. If this really is true, 18 years, especially only what I was in training for the military, by the law, I should already get a firearm. And then I never got it. I'm the best for the military in Guinness record. I never got it. So they are corrupted. They are good for nothing, to tell you the truth. Most of those people who we used to train them, they're good for nothing, to be honest. But I never got for any, so I actually need just a firearm. But that doesn't mean a handgun, that I have to allow you to steal from my bank accounts or something if you are a banker. And that I'm not going to allow, even if it's going to cost me that I never get it because of those people. And that's exactly why I didn't get it. And I'm not getting it. But I'm on need of it, the same as a cult, right? But because of them, I'm not getting it, because of bad people as them. They do crimes and they make us look as bad people. That is the point. So God bless. Hopefully tomorrow, or certainly in the near future, we are going to find more about them and how bad people they actually are. Then you may be gonna see that only God is love and the rest is all hate. That's what you are going to get. Okay, goodbye.